here we are in northern England, and it's fantastic. You know, there's so many different contrasts to the landscape, and the history is fascinating. So what's different this week is we've actually created this new trip, and we've invited some of our previous clients onto the trip with us to help us with the recceing.
We have done 4 or 5 trips with Wilderness Scotland. Well, in a way we felt very complimented by it, that our opinion might be considered valuable. Having a trip in England was a little bit unusual. It's an unusual area that is very beautiful.
So the two areas, Northumberland and Lake District, are very different. Northumberland, a lot of coastal scenery, beautiful beaches. Bamborough has a magnificent beach, golden sandy beaches. And the countryside I would describe as more as rolling hills, more gentle. And some people would think, it's not really wilderness, but actually we were still able to find quiet spots. And we were treated to some fantastic bird life. So lots of curlew and lapwing, and the skylarks were singing up in the sky, the sound of spring, absolutely fantastic. Just a second ago we had the snipe just in amongst the grass there. You could hear it beating the tail feathers together. And then you come across to the west coast, the Lake District, and this is the most mountainous part of England, or it's the only part of England actually that all the hills are over 3,000 feet. But yeah, it's much more dramatic in terms of the hillsides.
I was totally surprised. I didn't appreciate how spectacular the landscape is in this area.
Really nice. And then yesterday we were up in the fells, and yeah, that had a real wild feel to it, for sure. The place is just steeped in history.
I feel like I'm living in the history of these places in Bamborough, here in Buttermere. It's just the stone walls, and know that I'm living in a world that is part of the history, part of the fabric of these places. I think there's a saying that I didn't know I needed to know this, and only when I was exposed to it did I realize that the knowledge of a particular subject or an experience was important to me, and that's the way I feel when I come away from a wilderness trip.